do, happy people? It's your boy the Rabbit calling out back at you from the land of down under. Yeah, right. I know I missed last week. Things been kind of chaotic. Um, have a little issue with a young lady I work with. Um, Pretty much trying to get me fired because of some stupid reason. I'm not gonna get into too much detail about that one. Um, it's been a little bit of a rough 2 weeks. Hard time sleeping. Uh, Still going through the emotional up and downs, stuff like that. Um, Still trying to work on boundaries and what words are not what you call it. Ah, sorry, found my other charger for my phone in D-Bar's room. Sweet. Um, back to last Wednesday, one of the guys was his last day, so we didn't see him anymore. So that was kind of a bummer. And this week, another guy was his last day. So I'm starting to become the senior guy there, which sucks. But you know what? It is what it is. There's one guy that's in the class who he's still new. He's still a work in progress. I think he's um, making excuses for his behavior because of his involvement in the business. But you know what? I'm not gonna uh, throw salt on his stuff because everybody goes through different stuff. Um, One thing I wanted to touch base about, and it's pretty much like triggers. So we just talk about low intensity triggers and high intensity triggers. So low intensity triggers are things like tapping your feet, nail biting, humming, ear twitching, um, teeth chattering, and starting to get a little bit anxiety and stuff like that. And your high intensities are really is what you try not to get to, which is the space invasions, yelling, punching walls, name calling, crying, blaming, irresponsible, confused. It's a lot. So I noticed with the whole thing that I've been going through with the stuff at the store, is my anxiety because of what's going on and what's being said and stuff like that. It's like, I'm not trying to lose my job because somebody is upset. And then another thing which was weird was they said that a customer called HR and said that I was cussing out another associate about something. And at the time of this incident, I know what happened, but I wasn't cussing out the associate. What I said was, "Oh shit," and then I turned around and I said, "Hey Matt, I need you to sign this for me so they don't think you're stealing this." No, that wasn't cussing him out or anything like that. Especially when Matt's one of those people who really don't care for his receipts. So that's pretty much why he walked away. But the thing is, there was nobody else in the store. So which customer called and said this? So I know who did it. And, I'm not going to say no names or whatever, but it's been rough. It's been rough. So I've been on my P's and Q's, just trying to dot all my I's, cross all my T's and stuff like that. It's been real stressful. I'm not gonna lie. Not to mention with the Lyme disease kicking back in like full force. Then I went to court Monday, and saw my ex there, which I wasn't expecting her to be there because it was just for me. And her parents wasn't there, so that sent my anxiety through the roof. Cause I'm just like, something's up. Um, you know, they're always there on her side. Like something don't feel right. So after the whole court hearing and stuff like that, I got in my car, and a 10-12 minute drive from the magistrate office to my house turned into like almost an hour and a half drive, because I was just so I was panicking. Like, my anxiety was through the roof. I'm just like, shit, like, what's going to happen? Am I going to go to jail for something I didn't do? Like, I've been doing everything that I was supposed to be doing. My mind was going 100 miles an hour. Like, damn. Then, I got in the car, and my buddy Stubbs, with his instrumental beats and stuff like that, I put on some beats, and I just drove for an hour just to like calm myself down. And I got home, and everything was cool. And that's something that I need to start doing once my financial stuff starts getting back together. But that's something I miss. I miss driving. Even though we're about to get these cold weathers coming up and the snow and whatever, I'll still get in the car and just drive somewhere, and that's what I want to do. So start getting my money together to get this motorcycle. I have something else to, be a little bit lean, a little bit easier on gas. Probably not, because I'm probably going to drive that every single day once the weather breaks. Hopefully I get my daughter during Christmas time. Me and her mother got to talk more about it, which is not a real big issue, but it's just a matter of having my money together so I can have stuff for her to, Christmas shopping. Jeez. Damn, she's 13, so 13-year-olds, especially a girl, so I got my work cut out for me. I want to touch base on something real quick. So I keep bringing this up about my health issues and how there's only a select few people that's still in my corner about everything. A young lady I used to date, we've been talking. Nothing serious. As much as I want to be serious, because I'm just it's mainly me being like lonely. That companionship, that somebody to like just go to and just somebody give me a hug and just tell me it's gonna be alright. Just stuff like that. Stuff like that you usually get in a relationship. That nowadays it's just nobody wants to do anything. Especially with me, like with me having 3 strikes on me, with me being abusive, being a gamer, and working on cars, like, nobody wants to know nowadays. Man, you get the fuck out of here. I don't sell drugs, so I don't have money pulling out my pocket. I work too much, so that's another thing people are so. I don't understand why everybody is like, oh, well, you work too much, so you're never gonna have time for me. And I'm just like, well, if I don't work, then I ain't gonna have money to do shit. So, where you get your money from, And there's always people that ain't got no jobs that's like, oh, you work too much. I'm like, why don't you get a 9 to 5 and you tell me, instead of relying on other people to give you money. Like, I'm not relying on nobody to give me money. I wish I had that, that type of support, that somebody would just give me money to do whatever the hell I want and I ain't got to pay it back and stuff like that. Look, I had to take out a personal loan to get some of the stuff off my chest and end up getting it repiled back up. But everybody, look, at the end of the day, it's their decision alone. I'm not gonna but back to the young lady. So I after having the bruising on the brain from the stroke and the seizures, I don't remember doing her wrong. I don't remember why we broke up, to be honest with you. And this was years and years and years ago. And usually you remember stuff like that. I don't remember. Now I don't know if it's because of the strokes or is just my memory, just my mind's just blocking that out because it was just so stupid. I don't know. I all I know is I don't remember. Um, so that kind of hurts me a little bit, more than a little bit. That hurts me a lot to know that you hurt somebody, but you have no recollection of it. Like people don't understand how much that hurt me. Like unless you went through the stuff that I went through or know somebody that goes through it, you truly don't understand. And there's somebody else I'm friends with whose family member actually had the exact same thing that I went through. The only thing about that is, their family member was there to support them, where mine was just like, oh well, we're done with you. We ain't had no use for you. So it sucks. So sometimes I wish people would understood what I'm going through instead of just blowing it off like it's nothing. But can't make people do stuff. But it sucks that I don't remember what I did to this young lady, and I guess I'm trying to rush back into it so I can fix it. She's going through a tough time right now. Not gonna get into details with that, only out of respect for her personal stuff and privacy. So I'm not gonna put her name out there. But it's. I actually texted her earlier today and said something like I cherish the times that we talk. Like I know she works and she's taking care of her son and working 2 jobs. So there's times where I'll text and know that she's home and I don't hear nothing back. Like I texted her earlier and I'm like, oh, she's home. I mean, no, not that she's home, but oh, what you call? I text her, she didn't reply. I'm like, huh, maybe she's still at work. And on my way to my classes, I drive past her house and I saw her car outside. I'm like, well, it's her phone, so I can't tell her oh, she has to text me back. Like she could be busy and stuff like that. So like my mind throws this, oh, you need to text me back right away, and that's not how it's supposed to be. But like I said, I think it's just me just being emotional and just me wanting that companionship. But I'm trying so hard not to be so entitled, and that entitlement, like oh, you have to text me back because I text you, like that entitlement shit. Like I'm working on it. I got a long ways to go, and I hope that she, gives me a chance or, stay by my side, and whether we sorry guys, phone's ringing. Hopefully she gives me that, she gives me a chance to like work things out. Maybe we can, get back together. I would love to. I honestly would. Like that would make me, completely happy. That would gives me. I don't want to say I'm using her to get away from the situation, but as a human being and as a man, I want somebody to love me for who I am. Like I have flaws. I did fall off like completely hard, I'm not in the position anymore where I can drop what I'm doing and sell out money for people and stuff like that. Like, you know, I want to be vulnerable to somebody. I want to be, I want to be weak. I want to be able to be with somebody where they appreciate me when I'm on top of everything, and then if I fall off, they're there to hold things down until I'm able to figure out something and get back up to where I am. Like, just somebody supportive, somebody to, like, if I fall, like, help me get back up. I'll do everything else, but like if I happen to fall, just help me get back up. Pick me up, tell me, sit there and like take a break, Like I think that's what I really want, is like I want somebody to like see the struggles and just grab my shoulder and be like, hey, I see the hard work. Take a break. Let me take care of this for a little bit while you, recover. Like that's all I ask for. Like, I'm not asking for somebody to like take care of me for the rest of my life, because I got expensive hobbies. The cars are expensive. Both of my cars, like the one car still got like $2,100 worth of body work that needs done to her, and the other one, she's a goddamn gas guzzler. So, and the video games and me getting the YouTube stuff off the ground, which I'm working on, and just the other little thing, I want to get back in the PC building, so I'm probably going to try and do little stuff like that. Like, but there's stuff that I want to do, but I also want a family, and that's what I yearn for, is a family. And I got a brother that ain't even a brother to me. My dad, this, my old school. This was like 80s, 90s. When I, let's just put it this way. When I was born, my dad just turned 28. So I guess my dad he knew some young lady. I'm probably messing this up. He even knew her, or he used to date her, who had a son, Monty. And I guess for some odd reason, she didn't want nothing to do with Monty. I could be, like I said, I could be completely wrong, but my dad wasn't having that. My dad was one of those people who was like, oh, you need help? I got you. Oh, you fell? All right, let me help you back up. Like, that's the shit my dad was. And anybody in need, he was there. Family, friends, stranger, it didn't matter who you were. If he saw you struggling, he helped you out. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you hungry? Or, my wife is cooking, shit like that, you need clothes and shit like that. All right, we'll go shopping and shit like that. We'll go buy you some. Like, that's the type of person my dad was. My dad worked 3 jobs to make sure we didn't need for shit. He was also one of those people that didn't want my mom working, because he was just like, I'll take care of everything. You just maintain the household, and that's how it worked. And I guess that's how I was trying to be. I was trying to be like him, but like nowadays it's like, people take advantage of you like that, and it's hard to find people that's really appreciated for the stuff that you do for them. And I noticed that with the family, because it's funny, because once he got sick and he couldn't work or whatever, and it drove him into a depression, the family stopped coming around. And I'm just like, oh, you guys was coming, y'all was cool when he was at the top of his game, and now he's sick and he needs support. You motherfuckers act like, you ain't got time. And I'm starting to realize that. And I'm just like, I never understood how much that hurt him. Until now. Whew. Sorry. Got a little teary. But, yeah. So, let me, get off that real quick before I'll just be crying through this whole entire thing. But, yeah. So, I was trying to be more like him than trying to figure out who I want to be. So, but yeah, I hope this thing works back out with me, this young lady. I want to bring her around the house, have her stop by so she can see the things that I'm doing, see the things that I enjoy. Like we came by the house to pick up something, and I just pulled in the garage, but I really want her to like just sit there and just watch me do what I do best. When it's recording with Debor or whatever like that, just sit back, watch me do what I do best. When I'm editing a video, watch me do what I do best. When I'm working on chords, watch me while I do something like that I'm good at. Like just peep it out, and then see if this is something you want to be bothered with. You know what I mean? Because the stuff that I'm doing, right now she says she's fine with it, but she may not be fine with it. So I really want her to like just, whenever she get time, just come around and just see the things that I'm good at. See me do things that I'm at my best. Yeah, I'll play video games, and yeah, I'll lose and shit like that, and but I am still at my best. I am still a competitive gamer. I don't really get frustrated where like it's to the point where like I want to hurt somebody. It's all fun and games. Like that's I consider myself a real competitive gamer where we can play fighting games and I can get my ass whooped for the next 50 rounds and stuff like that, but I'll still keep coming back because I'm enjoying it. It's not whether I win or lose, it's how I enjoy the game. And that's something I really want her to like just come back and see. Like, check this out. Like, this is what I do. This is how I react. This is how I interact with other people and stuff like that. When it comes to the games, when it comes to recording, I don't know everything, but at this moment, I'm at my best, where I can be like, okay, this is what I learned throughout the years. This is what I picked up tips from Debor and doing stuff like this is, it may be little to me, but it may be extraordinary to other people. Like, this is how I do things. Like when I'm working on cars, like, this is what I do. I get in here, I completely lose myself in doing stuff while watching TV and working on the cars and still get everything done. Like, this is what I do. So just more like just being appreciative of what I do. Like, a lot of people say they are, but until you really truly like sit down with somebody like me, somebody who's who's been verbally abusive and just going through the shit that I'm going through, until you really like sit down and just observe me, you completely won't understand the type of person I am. And I'm a people pleaser, and I want people to see like the good in me and not just this angry person. But the problem is I show all this good, and if I make one tiny mistake, that's the one thing people crucify me with. It's like that one thing, no matter how much good I do in the world, I can fucking cure hunger in a third world country, and somebody would still be like, well, you did this when you was 11, so since you did this one thing that one time and didn't repeat it, this makes you a horrible person and you need Jesus and all this other stuff. Now, Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all you Christian folks that's out there listening, sit back, relax, enjoy the ride, because it is about to get really, really bumpy. I truly despise some Christian people. Why I say that is because I hate when people tell me that, oh, all I need is God in my life, and He pays my bills, He helps me do this and do that, and you need Jesus in your life, and if you need to read the Bible because everything that goes wrong in your life, the Bible reads it. Fuck you. Here's why I say that. Anything man-made, anything that's been touched by a human being is false. It has some flaws in it. You cannot tell me that God and His Son are down here on this earth still writing new testimonies for the Bible. Bullshit. Kick rocks until your fucking feet bleed with that bullshit. So I'm not a real religious person, and I'm not gonna go too crazy on this, but God gave me a brain to think with. So I'm not gonna be in somebody's church with my face in this book and be like, oh, everything in this book is true. But things that's in this new book contradicts things that was in the last two previous books. So, for example, you can't sit there and be like, oh, God loves everybody equally and knows that everybody makes mistakes and stuff like that and yada yada yada. But then you motherfuckers turn around and say, oh, you're going to hell for being gay. What? Like, hold on, didn't you just tell me God loves me no matter what I do? So, you mean to tell me God and Jesus Christ are these uptight assholes that, or just want to shame people and shit like that and send everybody to hell? Come on now, get the fuck out of here. First of all, if you know the fucking beginning and the fucking end, you're the Alpha and the Omega, what the fuck you gotta be uptight for? Like, come on now, let's be realistic about this shit. First of all, my point of view, God ain't that uptight motherfucker. Why I say that? Because if that was the case, everybody on this fucking earth would be perfect. Everybody on this earth is not perfect. We're perfect in His eyes, but really and truthfully, none of us are perfect. First of all, if you really want to be technical, we are still paying for the sins of not only Adam and Eve for doing the shit that they did, but the motherfuckers that fucking put Jesus Christ on the fucking cross. We're still fucking paying for those sins. So, really and truthfully, no matter what I do, I'm still a sinner. But you want me to read this Bible and be like, oh, if I put all my heart and soul in this book that somebody made that is getting paid for in the name of fucking God, excuse me, let me rephrase that. In the name of God, you're getting paid for using God's name. How does that work, Sway? Like, I'm mind blown about that. Like, but like I said, let me cut this real quick. I'm not a religious person. I know there's a higher power. I know there's God, but at the same time, I can't believe everything that's said in the Bible, because if you really look at the Bible, almost everything from the very first Bible been changed all the way up until this point. There's always a new testimony. So they're telling me that, oh, they keep finding new stuff, new books that God and Jesus wrote in AB and stuff like that. Nah, homie. I said, all you guys are doing is rewriting what was in the first book and putting your little twist on it to make money. honestly, I think that's why there's so many hate crimes, because everybody's going by what's written in the Bible. Well, if you get all these people so blindly reading what's in the Bible and believing it, if I'm not mistaken, which I could be wrong, isn't that how cult starts? Cults find something that's written in a book and they run with it. And that's how the KKK was born, I want to say. Maybe I could be wrong. But, there's different fractions in the Christian world. All that other stuff. But it's, like I said, I'm not a fan of it. I don't want, I just don't want to be part of it. And that's just my opinion. My opinion is like assholes. Everybody has one. But that's just my honest feelings about it. How I explained it could be completely wrong from how other people see it, but I just can't see myself just completely just being a zombie and just taking everything out of that book seriously, where I know that it's been changed up throughout the years. So that's just my opinion. Like I said, take it with a grain of salt. Yeah, I mean, I probably went on a little tangent just now. I guess I was one way of trying to like get myself to like calm myself down from like talking about my dad, because that's still a touchy subject. And only certain people understand how hurt I can be about that. But I'm not going to be the same. Like I'm still going to be this emotional and sensitive person, and that's just something that people are just going to have to live with. And if they don't want to deal with it, that's fine. I'm just not going to keep you guys in my life. That's all. And where we're at, holy crap! I went on for a half an hour. Well, I guess I'll leave it here. But, like I said, I hope me and this young lady decide to rekindle stuff with us. Would be nice. Especially since we live close to each other now, instead of like living like half an hour, 45 minutes away from each other. Especially in the city of Pittsburgh. Like, everything is like closed up, but like when it comes to traffic and just traveling from one side of the city to the other, it takes forever. So I hope it works out with us. I do. And I mean, if it doesn't, then like I said, at the end of the day, it's her decision alone. She don't have to be with me or talk to me if she don't want to. It is what it is. But once again, guys, thank you for listening. For anybody that's listening, I think maybe one or two people listens to this. Hopefully I'll get more people to like get into this conversation. Maybe even have somebody jump on the mic and just talk with me and stuff like that. Like a mini podcast, but not something not as huge. But this is still going to be my personal audio blog that I'm sharing with everybody. Like I said, just something to get off my chest. Something to like, because I'm not good at writing things down. So, whoever's listening maybe got some ideas, like I said. But whatever. Thank you guys for listening. Like this if you like it. Dislike it if you dislike it. Subscribe. I'm gonna have more videos coming up. I'm probably gonna play World War Z tonight. I'm gonna see if I can get the recording program to work correctly. I'm gonna upload this and catch you guys later. Deuces. Oh damn!